We measured the sold revenue converted by Schedule Engine and compared July performance to August performance. And what we found is that Schedule Engine converted revenue dropped by 10.7% from July to August. So does this mean that customers don't want to use the tool? Does it mean it's not working? Should you not pay attention to it? How do you solve this problem? 10.7%. And the sample size we're looking at, just to paint a picture, we're looking at $1.33 million of sold revenue in August. So a 10% drop from July is $130,000. That's not a small number. So we can use revenue flow metrics to get to the core of the problem versus thinking that, hey, this just isn't working. Customers don't want to convert online. So the first thing I want to look at to diagnose this, are leads up or down from the tool? So remember, we have really 2 points of action. What brings the customer to the website? What channel drives a customer to the website, whether it's paid or organic? How are they hearing about you and how are they ultimately converting to your website? And then once they're on the website, what happens? What is the tool responsible for that conversion? Is it a phone call? Is it a chat tool? Or is it online scheduling? So we're constantly looking at this because online scheduling tools mimic the online experience that customers are used to in other verticals. Now, nobody's going to buy an HVAC unit online because there needs to be heat load calculations, things like that. But in the case of Schedule Engine, leads were up month over month, 21.8%. So it's not that leads were down. Customers spent more money, $464.35 more than July. So if you were thinking Schedule Engine is just not working, online scheduling isn't working, customers don't want to use it, it's not the case. More customers actually converted through the tool in August than they did in July, and they actually spent more money. However, match rates were down by 22.1%. So again, a match rate is the percentage of leads that end up in the CRM with a sellable opportunity. So what happened here, and I reviewed the data, and if you go to the datadriventrades.substack.com, you can read this full article that has, imagery of our reporting that we put out and just some of the details here. But what we found is that customers were canceling appointments. That's why the match rate went down. So we had more leads, customers spent more money, but we had more canceled appointments. And so what happens in that case, what we think about is we now have a very specific problem to solve. It's not this doesn't work. It's that we are seeing more canceled appointments from our online scheduling tool. We need to do something about it. So we can look at our availability. Are we asking people to book 3 weeks out and they're finding somebody else to come out sooner? Are there certain job types that we don't want that to happen for? We want to get out there for those consultations. Maybe you don't mind if the service appointments are booked out 3 weeks because your schedule's full and that's just used as overflow anyway, or things that you can pull forward if you sense demand is going down. But now that you have this data and now that you have a framework to think about it, you can go into the details to diagnose problems. So again, just to recap, right? The revenue converted by Schedule Engine dropped by 10.7%, not small, over $130,000 less revenue. Leads were up by 21.8% month over month. Okay, so we know that it's not the leads. Customers spent more money, but it was just the canceled appointments. And now that gives you something specific to work off of versus a generalization, and now you can efficiently optimize your business based on the actual problems.